My screen is visible to you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So to create a users, so you have to, this is into the application navigator, you have to look for the users, search for users. Okay. So into, again, go to the system security. Okay. Into the system security, you will have a users option. Okay. So click on a users.
Okay, Bhagishri, what we are learning right now, that is how to create users, right?
Right. So what you are doing is like go and search into the application navigator filter users. Okay. Into the system security application, you will have a menu for users. Okay. Clear this part? Okay. So now if you want to check what is the backend name of the user table, so it's the same thing again. I told you into the URL, you can check for that. So it's like a sys_user. This is the
Okay.
backend name. Fine. Next is like you can create a new user. So how to create a new user? So again, it's the same thing like you are creating a table records into the incident
Right, right.
table. So you can click on a new button and create a user record.
Okay.
Okay, so here you can pass the user ID, then default password you can set. Okay, and if you want to ask user to reset the password, you can go and reset this password. Okay, then if you can fill the details, all the details according to your requirements. If fields are mandatory, so you can make.
So, Bhagishri, I have a doubt. We have to set up the password for individual user?
It's up to you. Okay, so this is the default password. Okay, so it's like if you want to, if you are setting the default password, so
Okay.
here auto generate password is not there. Okay, so it's like you have to set a default password here, and you want
Manually,
to
right?
ask them, yes, and if you want to ask them to reset, you can click on this. Okay, so
Okay,
I will
fine.
show you how this works. Okay, so now again, next is like according to your requirement, if you are making some fields mandatory on the basis of the client's requirement, so you can make the fields mandatory and you can fill the details over here. Okay, and active is nothing but the
Okay.
user is active right now. He is not inactive. Okay, so if user is not active, it's like this checkbox is not yet checked. So in that case, this it will be a user is inactive. Okay, so if you are checking for any roles or anything, so this user is inactive, so it will be not showing with any other records. Okay.
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 And uh, and could you please help us how to make a mandatory field? Like last name we have to make mandatory field. How could we make?
uh, how to make the mandatory field, that part I
Hmm.
told you. On a form design, how to make it mandatory, one part we covered.
Mandatory field. Pranjal, do you have any idea how to make?
Yes, I have that.
This
Yes.
mandatory,
Okay.
can you tell me here like how to make this mandatory?
Yes, Bhagishri, go to that three option. One second.
Design layout will be available on the three columns,
Mm-hmm.
which is available on the left, and then we have to go to configure, and then we have to go to design layout. Correct?
Okay,
No, no.
here
Mandatory
configure
field is not there.
and design layout, form layout, or
Yes.
this
From
second in
from
between.
from design,
Okay,
and we will get the options. Lot of how to create another row, another section. This is for the section, correct?
okay.
And I do not have any idea. So how to make it? Where to mandatory field? Yes, we can create here from
So see,
the
these are the fields. Okay,
correct.
so when you
Mm-hmm.
click on a setting icon, so here is options to make a field
Okay,
mandatory.
okay, got it,
Okay,
got it,
fine.
got
There
it.
are some different
Now
ways also. So when we come on that part, I will let you know what are the different ways. But right now, this is the way
mandatory
you
on.
can remember. Okay.
Yes, got it, got it.
Are you
This
guys
thing.
referring the link which I told you, like on a developer site, you have a learning paths available? Are you guys are referring that? Because if you're referring that thing, so you should aware of this. So start
Yes.
working on that also. Fine.
So
Okay.
I am referring Bhagishri that page docs.servicenow.com, right? Like
Community
Okay,
dot
fine.
service now.
right.
Yeah,
Community
you
dot
can
service.
use community or you can use the ServiceNow docs. You can use anything. Okay.
Right, right.
And
So docs, yes.
we have a one more concern.
So
For example, we could search anything, any question on the community.doc. The things are not so many clear that from where we have to do the. For
Hmm.
example, Pranjal had an issue related to incident list, which was not showing. Correct? we search on the Google a lot and we search on the things
Bhageshri, he is talking about the that extensible that is not checked
extensible
in
Okay.
the
table.
right.
Okay. So that answers you will get on a community. It is available on community. So you can directly Google it out and you will get a community link. And
And
in
we
that
can
link, it will be answers are available. If you are not able to see that particular site properly, so what you can do is like you can create your account, sign up over there. Okay. So it will be properly visible to you guys.
Bhagishri, the thing is,
we can make the field mandatory from configure dictionary as well, right?
Yeah.
I
You
know,
can make that.
Pranjal, I will clear this thing. Yes, today itself, when I called you up, I told you, na, Pranjal, I have learned one more thing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I was discussing about this thing. I will let you know.
Okay. Fine. So shall we move ahead?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, fine. So I will create a user here. So I will create a user for Multisoft. So here I'm passing the password like 1234566. Okay, and I will set it reset here. Okay, and first name I just need to pass. Okay, so now I will save this user. Okay, so my user is get created. Okay, so
Okay.
when a user is get created, you will able to see the related list over here, and into the related list, you are able to see the roles assigned to that user, groups,
Mm-hmm.
in which group it is that user is get added. Okay, delegates means it's like on behalf of, suppose this user is not present right now. Okay, so let's take an example of ourselves. If you are working with one of the organizations and if you are on a leave, so in your team someone is taking your responsibilities, like you are giving some work to others, right? So for just like if you are on a 2 days, for 2 days someone is going to handle your task. Okay, so this is what on behalf of your someone is working. Okay, so this is again a delegates over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when I click on a delegate, it's like you can create a delegate for that particular user. So click on a new, and here you can pass the user. Okay, so you can choose from here. This is again referring to the user table, and you can choose the user to whom you just want to make a delegate for you, and you can set the start date and end date over here. And here again, what is the access you want to give, what permissions you want to give to that particular user. Okay, permissions will be like approvals is like for anything, if you are providing the approvals, with the same thing, delegates user can also provide the approvals, so you can choose the approval. Then the assignments, so some of the assignments you are giving, assignments are there, so you can choose that. Notifications, okay, whatever the notifications you are getting, you just want to send it to the delegate user, so you can choose that also. And meeting invitations. Okay, so it is again according to the requirement, you can choose this. Okay,
Got
clear?
it.
The delegate.
Yes, I have a doubt. For example, for the delegate role, we have admin has to create a new user under the delegate, or the user itself could create a delegate.
No, when you have an admin role, in that case you can create that.
Okay, okay.
Then skills, you can add the skills related to that particular user. And subscription is nothing but you are aware of the subscriptions. You are subscribing to some of the articles, okay, or any site. So if you are you have the subscriptions related to that particular user, so it will show over here. Okay. So this
Okay.
is what the user we created, Multisoft user we created. Okay. So user ID is Multisoft. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I do is like I can log in by using this user. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I will log out from here. Okay, so
Multisoft
now it's Multisoft and password is like one two
126.
three four five six. Okay, so see, I
So
choose
basically,
the
Bhageshri
checkbox.
delegate. So basically, Bhageshri delegates is the user is working on your behalf, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, the Pranjal, the
Yeah.
thing is, recently we have created a new user and we are logging into users service now. For example, we have a domain of service under
Delegates
Armor.
is different. You
Yes,
know.
yes, delegate. But we are
Delegate
entering
thing
into
is
a
different.
Multisoft user, correct?
Yeah, right now we are entering into the Multisoft users, but previously we just discussed the delegate user. What do you mean by delegate user? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So here I choose to reset a password. So that's why it's asking me very first time when I try to log in to reset my password. Okay. So here I can close this. So I can change my password, like it's a new password I'm setting, and I will submit this. Okay, so it's having at least one lower, at least one upper, and this is okay, fine. Okay, so here it logged in as a Multisoft. So if you observe over here, user menu, into the user menu, you are able to see the username is Multisoft right now. It's not a admin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so according to this user is not having right now any role. Okay, so you are not able to see the all the applications which are available. Okay, so if I
Okay.
search here users, okay, so I'm not able to
Fine.
get that particular application. Okay, so now if I go and open a directly table like sys underscore, okay, so it is opening that particular user, okay, table, but it's not having that much number of record, and it is not having the access to create a new user. Okay, so as Aman, you are asking me like any users can choose a delegate roles or delegate
Yes.
user. Okay, so it's not
Okay. Okay.
possible to whom those who are not having the admin role.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
yeah. So according
Mm-hmm.
to roles, you are and according to the table accessibility, so you are able to access the tables. Okay, so again, the lots of concepts we can, according to the accessibility, you will have again one more concept. Okay, so I will cover that concept into the further part. Okay, so now clear with the users
Yes.
creation.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a question. For example, we have raised a new user, okay,
Mm-hmm.
over the administration part, and we
Mm-hmm.
haven't assigned any role group, correct? And
Mm-hmm.
when we just log in onto it, and we see a lot of things. This is the default thing,
Yes,
which
it's a default
oh,
thing. It's a default thing. Okay,
okay,
even
okay,
if you are
got
not
it.
able to access the incident table properly.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay,
fine. So now users are done. So now we'll go to the roles. Okay, so how to create a role we'll cover first. So again, go to the system security, and here you will have options into the users and groups menu. You will have options for roles. Okay, so click on a role. Again, it's the same thing. To create a new role, just click on a new button. Okay, and here you can choose a pass a name of the role. Okay, into the required subscription. Subscription is nothing but if you are subscribed to that particular role. So anything related to that particular role, you will get a notifications. Okay, if you are subscribed to that particular role. Okay, next is the descriptions. Then elevated privilege. What do you mean by elevated privilege? Is like if user is having not having a admin role, okay, but when it has the elevate privilege role, it will have a role higher than a admin role. Okay, clear?
okay,
So it can perform
okay,
the things which can admin do, and it's not like admin, but the security admin do. Okay, so here you into the user menu, you will have a elevate roles option. Okay, when you click on
okay,
this, you will if you click on this security admin, so you will have the higher securities settings. So here mention it's like grant modification access to higher security settings, allow user to modify the access control list. Okay, so it
okay.
will grant you the higher security settings options. Okay, so if you are having the elevated privilege role, clear?
Yes.
Okay, so now I will create a role here. So I will create a role. Okay, so I will create like with the name multi. Okay, and I'm not having like created the elevate privilege over here, and I will save this. Once I save this, again same thing, I into the related list, I am able to see the contain roles. Okay, so what do you mean by contain roles? It's like the role, this role, multi-role will have again a different roles. Okay, so it's like one role will can consist of a number of roles. Okay, so suppose you are having a multi-role, so or a role, okay, and into that it will contain a BC role. So it will be applied if you are applying a role, so BC role will automatically get inherited. Okay, so these roles are also get applied. Okay, so what can I do is like if I click on edit button, so I can add the existing roles into the current role. Okay, suppose I'm adding this, I will choose the ITIL role. Okay, so I'm adding the ITIL role. Okay, and I will save this. Okay, so now this role is contain consist of another role which is ITIL. Okay, and when you add the user, okay, or assign this role to the user, these two roles will get assigned to that particular user. The one with the multi and
Bhagyashri,
another
can
with
you
the
repeat
ITIL.
with the can you repeat with contains roles again?
The contain roles, it's the same thing, like one role can have the multiple roles. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's like when you assign this role, multi-role to the user, okay, this then it will assign that not only one role, it will assign all the roles which it contains, okay, along
According
with
to
the
me, I am thinking that the multi is the name of the role, and under contain role, which we are, this is the main role which we
no,
are
no,
creating,
no.
correct?
No, these are the two different roles. A multi is one role, okay, and this role is consist of the another role which is ITL. Inside that role, you will have another role, okay. So suppose I assign this, assign the role to you, multi role to you, okay. In that case, you will have a two roles. You will not have only one role, okay. Again, if I open the ITIL role, okay, so it will have consist of again lots of roles, okay. So if I show you what's how it's like.
The thing is that we give name to role multi. According to me,
Yeah.
there is no functionality, correct? Multi role, I don't. Under the multi role, we have created a new role called ITIL. ITIL has the functionality, correct?
No. See, when you are creating a role, it's not having according to the functionality, you are not creating a role over here. Okay. You can decide the roles, what will the roles will have, or what is the actions you have according to your, you can say the requirement. Okay. When you create a role, you can't say it this role is having this functionality or this access. Okay. You can simply create a role and you can assign this role to the users and the groups, okay. And afterwards, when you want to do according to the role, so this is what the customizations you are doing, okay. So suppose if you want to give the access of incident table to the role which you are creating, in that case there is another concept to how to give the access to the users for this particular role, okay. When you are creating a role, you are not setting any functionality into that particular roles, okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
and the client will provide the name of the role which we have to create, correct?
Yes, they will provide you all the things. Okay.
Yes, Bhageshwari, could you please open this page? How could you open this page? ITIL role,
I just search
security
for the
system.
user. I just search for the users into the roles. I will go, I just open the roles, and into that I will
Okay.
just search, filter out the ITL role,
ITIL,
and I
okay.
just open that. Okay.
Okay.
So now here the contain roles. So see, this is the single role ITL.
Okay.
This role is consist of the another sub roles, you can say, which are the 11 sub
Okay.
roles is having. Okay. So it's not related to the functionality. It's okay. So now it's clear. So I
Okay.
can create a role here. Okay, so this is the
Yeah.
role. Okay,
Yeah.
so I just have
Mm-hmm.
a ITR. Next is like
Mm-hmm.
application with the role. So if you are having, so if you click on this particular application edit button, you will have a roles over here. Okay, so you can from here you can give the access like which role is able to access this particular you can say application.
Could you repeat this part again? Yeah, application with
The
role.
applications with role means is like which you are setting this role which will have access which application.
Okay.
Okay. Next it tables. Again it tables related to the tables. Again from here you can give the access of tables. Okay, if you want to give the
Okay.
access to the user of this particular table. Let's say I just created a
Okay.
table with the Multisoft name. Okay, and I want to
Mm-hmm.
give the access of this table to the user who is having a multi row. Okay, multi role who is
Okay.
having this role particular. In that case,
Mm.
I can set like which table will have these roles. Okay, so if that particular user is having this role, in that case, you can access these tables. Next, custom applications. Again, it's just related to the same, which applications you can access with this role. User. So now, which user is having this role? Okay, so you can add the users from here. Okay, or you can open the users menu and from there you can add the roles. Okay, so I
Okay.
will show you both. So from here you can click on edit. Okay, and I just created a Multisoft user. Okay, so I will choose that user and I will save this. Okay, so see here, I just it's contain a one role. I assign the multi role to this. Okay, and it having a one role which is ITL. Okay.
For example, that we are the multi, okay,
Mhm.
and we have created a new user multi, okay, Multisoft, and
Hmm.
under the users, why we have added Multisoft? Because we are the Multisoft. Why we added Multisoft? We have to add another one.
It's up to you which user you want to add. I just created this user to give the example. I can add this.
Okay,
It's
okay.
up to you. You
Uh,
can choose the your requirements and you can add that. I just told
okay,
you
and
like how to add the users here.
okay. And
Okay.
also under the table section, could you
You
please
can
go
add the
under the table?
tables here. You can create a new tables and you can add over here.
We
Okay,
have to,
it's taking you
we
to the table
haven't,
definition.
yes, we haven't add any existing table. For example,
No,
incident table we have.
you can't access that. For to give the access, you can have a different options like access control list is there. One concept is there. You can use that concepts.
Okay.
Okay.
Under this, we have to create new table.
Okay. So now I
Okay.
add the user to this role. Okay.
Mhm.
If I go to the users, okay, if I open this user Multisoft, if I scroll down, so it having a 17 role. Okay, so why it's having a 17 role? Because it's yeah,
ITIL.
you assign this multi-role, okay, but into that you have the sub-role which is ITL, okay, and ITL is
Okay.
again having a sub-roles. So that's all the sub-roles will get assigned over here. Okay,
Mhm.
clear how the 17 roles are get assigned to that user?
Yes,
Yes.
Bharat.
Okay. So in this way, you can assign the roles to the user. So if you want to directly from users, you want to assign, so just click on edit. It will take you to the bucket, sorry, slush bucket, and you can add from here. Okay. Or you can go into the roles and you can add from here. Okay. So next part will cover like groups we cover. Okay. So we're done with the users. We got done with the roles. Now we want to create a groups. So I can go and click on a groups. Okay, again same thing, to create a new record just click on a new button. Okay, so while creating a group, what are the things you have to mention? Like name you have to mention, then manager, who is the manager of your group. Okay, next hourly rate. So if you're working into the group, so how is what if you're charging a cost to work. Okay, so you can mention the hourly rate over here, so you will have the currencies. Okay, and you can set the amount from here. Okay, then the group email, if you have a group email ID, you can mention the group email ID over here. Okay, and the parent is like which group is the parent of this group. Okay, so you can add the parent over here, so you can go and check for the groups. Okay, so it is taking you to the group table and you can add any of the parents over here. So now we'll
Okay.
create a group here, like multi, I will create with the same name and I will save this. I'm not setting a managers and anything here. Okay, so once I save this, again a related link will get appear, and again you can assign the role to this group. Okay, you can assign the group, you can add the group members to this group. Okay, again likewise you have the roles inside the role. Okay, so sub roles are there, so again group will have the subgroups. Okay, you can add a one group into the another group. Okay, and the skill sets, what will be the skill sets of your group. Okay, so group is like nothing but the team you can have. Okay, so it's like you can if you are a part of a two different teams, so in that case you will have a subgroup also. Okay, so you are working with the main team and you are likewise for the so for some time or for some duration, you can say for some work, you are the one only one who is working over there, so in that case you are going to work with that particular different group. Okay, so you will be the part of a two different groups, so you are you can say you indirectly you will be the part of a subgroup over there. Okay, okay, so next like I'm adding here the role to the group. Okay, so I can add any role here, scene role, or I can add any role. Okay, so I can use the CMDB read role and I will save this. Okay, so now this group is having this role. Okay, and if I go into the group members, so again I can add the group members over here. Okay, so here again I will add the same user. Okay, and I will save this. Okay, so now this user be the part of this group. Okay, so now if I go back into the users, okay, so now if I go here into the groups, I just have a Multisoft group get assigned to that particular user because the group name is the same, it's reflected same. Okay, so now it's like what is the best practice to assign the role. It's like you can create a group. Okay, so instead of assigning the roles to the individual user, okay, if a same role you want to assign it to the lots of user, let's say thousands users are there and you want to assign the same role to the everyone, so you in that case what you can do, create a role of that particular users and you can assign this role to the group. Okay, so this is the way whenever you want to assign any role to the group, or you can say any role to the users, create a group of that particular users, and then afterwards you can assign the role. And again, another way, another reason is like if you want to remove the role from that particular user, and suppose if you want to remove the roles of 500 users, okay, so how you are going to remove that? So again, create a group of that particular users, okay, and directly remove the role from that group. So this is the reason why we are creating a groups and why we are assigning the roles to the groups over there. Yeah, clear? Okay, so this part is clear, like user roles and groups. Any questions here?
No, not yet.
You can drop a message if you have any questions. Fine. So right now you have any questions? Okay, so I'm moving forward. Aman, if you have any questions, you just drop into the chat box. We'll discuss afterwards. So now next part is like it's like dependent on a field. If you are choosing any fields values, if you want to populate the different field value automatically, so how will you auto populate that values? Okay, so likewise here, when I choose a category, suppose I'm choosing a category like a software. So here values are like email and operating system into the subcategory. When I choose a category as a hardware, so the subcategories will be get different. So what is the concept here is like this is called as a dependent field, because on the basis of categories value, this subcategories are get set. Okay, so how to make the field dependent on each other? It's like just right click, go to the configure dictionary. Just leave this. I just open the category. So which one, the field which is dependent, you can go and configure the dictionary. Okay, so here you will have a section for dependent field. Okay, so here from here you can choose which field on which field you want to make this current field to be dependent. Like use dependent field, you can click on that, and once you use this, you will able to set the dependent field over here. Okay, clear with the concept of dependent field? Okay,
Okay.
so this is the dependent field you can create. Okay, so now next is concept like I want to achieve the one functionality is like whenever I'm choosing a category as a software and subcategory as a email. Okay, I want to choose I want to set the assigned to user to be the different user, any a different user. Let's say I want to choose the assignment user like a Multisoft assigned to. Okay, whenever the category is software and a subcategory is email, I want to assign the this incident record to the Multisoft user. Okay, so it will not
Okay.
get populated. Okay, it is not populated automatically. So what I can do is like after saving, so here one of the concept is like assignment group.
Okay.
So here you will have the assignment lookup rules concept. Okay, so here just click on a new. So again, I just have the already created rules. Okay, so I can create a new role anyway. Okay, so while creating a roles assignment rule, you have to choose the categories, subcategory. Okay, then configuration atom, locations, assignment group, and to assign to. Okay, so from any fields you can choose any options. Okay, suppose I'm choosing a category like software. Okay, I didn't choose the subcategory. Okay, so the rules will be run on the basis of the category. Whenever the category is the software, at that time I want to choose a assign to be the able tutor or the free Luri or any of user. So in that case I can choose that and I will set over there, so it will automatically populate it. And more than two fields, like how much fields are there? Lots of fields are there. Okay, so if you want, if you are setting all the fields value as a rule, it will be auto populated over there. So we'll try for this, like whenever I just choose the category and I will choose category
Kind of
software.
template.
Yeah, you can see that. Next, like I will choose email. Okay,
Email.
and I will choose the assign to as a multi-soft. Okay, and I will submit this. Okay, so now I'm going to the incident table. Okay, I will create a new record here. Okay, so here I will choose a category as a software and the subcategory. So see right now, whenever the category is software, assigned to is able tutor. So this assignment rule is also there. So see, this is the assignment rules. Whenever the category is software, assigned to is able tutor. Okay.
Okay.
So now I just change it to subcategory to email. So we'll check again here. After saving, we'll check the values of it, will it applied or not. Okay, so see here, as you have the same rules, assignment rules on a single form, so it is overlap. Okay, and I think order is also
Okay.
same. Just will check for the order here. Like see here, orders are same. All the orders are same. Okay, so that's why it is
Okay.
get overlap. Okay, so if I choose order is 100 and then I will choose the order here like 200. So now we'll update and again we'll check for the new record. Okay, so now I have a software and I will choose a subcategory. Okay, it is not refreshing. Okay, so now it's reflected able tutor. I will choose the email ID. Should be reflected. So let's check once it is executing or not. Otherwise, only one rule will be applied on one form.
Maybe we could delete another rows, another assignment group which we had created.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like only one rule will get applied on a single form. Okay.
Okay.
So if I have a different your rules for the different combinations, so it will take only one rule. Okay, fine. So clear
And
with
how
the
could we
assignment
delete?
rule concept?
Yes, how could we delete? Check the box and we could delete
Yes or no?
from.
Okay. So is it clear to you guys? Just ping me over here or if you have any doubts. Okay, fine. So anyway, we are going to stop here for today.